Cappies, oh my Cappies, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. We have the riddle, the tear, the bridge, Kairos, the seed, agape, and the vision. Cappies. I feel like there's just a lot of confusion surrounding whether or not moving forward is the best idea, because the question seems to be, do I fit in this vision? Where do I fit in all of this? Who am I? What is my significance? What is my importance? Right? Because your last one was like, do I even really matter? Cappies, of course you do. Okay. Cappies. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. I'm like hot, I'm cold, I'm sneezing. I think my allergies are like kicking in. Whew. Knight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that's an offer that I think you weren't really receiving previously. The World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. I mean, okay, so I really do just want to say, like, there's this idea of, like, where do I fit in it all? And, you know, like, this energy that you've been feeling, this, like, back and forth, like, we're trying to accomplish this. It's just not working. I'm not really sure, you know, like, how I fit into it. Is this something that I even want to move forward with? You know, like, is this vision my vision? And I feel like saying, like, yes, it is. But maybe it's, I don't know. You know, like what I'm getting is just this idea of there's a, like, there are two different ways to get to a destination, right? Like, you can take the interstate, or you can take the back roads. And I feel like that's just an analogy of, like, this, you know, like, which way are we going to go and why are we going to go that way? And, you know, like, well, the interstate's faster, you know, but the back roads are prettier, and you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like this back and forth. And if we're trying to get to the same place, but we're trying to get there in different manners, should we just take separate cars, go our own way? Maybe we'll meet up at the destination. It's kind of the question that I feel like has been present, you know, because it's just this idea of, like, is this the direction that I want to go? And I feel like this is like a compromise. I mean, usually this is like an offer, but it almost feels more like a compromise to me. Like a compromise that says, you know what, you do matter in this, and I don't want to just, like, dictate and dominate, you know, but can we not have can we not compromise? Can we not have a conversation about this? You know what I mean? Like, are you just going to avoid it entirely and like not really deal with this? You know what I mean? And I feel like there's an idea here of you or another person kind of realizing that, you know, like, if you don't even discuss how you can accommodate one another in this journey, and you only say it's this way, or you only say it's that way, like, then yes, you know, go your separate ways, because you don't want to be with somebody who has an incapability of compromise. You know, like, if somebody is just obstinate and headstrong, and they are dead set that they have one way that they're going to do things, and that's the way they're going to do it, you go ahead and let them do it. You know, go ahead and let them do it their way, you know, like, and see where you meet in the destination of it all. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's just this complete irritation, like, okay, cool. If you think that's the best way to do it, you know, like, I'll catch you when you catch up. You know what I mean? Like, if our paths happen to cross again. It feels very frustrated. I like just very like, okay, cool. If that's what you have to do, then you do that. Like, if you're not even willing to discuss this with me, if you're not even willing to see what it is that I have to say, you know, then go ahead and fuck off. That's kind of that energy though, you know what I mean? Like, and Cappies, you guys are stubborn, and I feel like maybe you're just like dealing with like a stubborn energy, you know, that is also very, you know, like strategic, and your strategies aren't seeming to align entirely, but I think that that's changing for you. I'm not sure how. I don't know why I want to talk about a garden all of a sudden, but it's just this idea of like, okay, so like if you know that you're planting this garden, right? And you don't know what's going to grow and what's going to die off. So you have to be excessive, you know, and prepared, like across the board in a lot of different facets, because there's, you know, what you have to till the land, you have to plant, you have to, you know, like, what's the weather going to be like, you know, will there be enough rain for the crops to grow, or will there be too much rain, will everything get drowned, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are just a lot of unknown factors, you know, like if we go back to the which direction do we go, well, you can say the interstate's faster, but if you get stuck behind traffic and you're in rush hour, it'll take you 3 hours to do what you could have done in an hour on a back road. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are just all of these different like caveats that you're running into, where it's like you're just not agreeing on what the best way to move forward is. But you have life renewed and the Ace of Swords, and I really do think that like you're coming into a better understanding of how it is that you can really start to go forward and feel comfortable and feel heard and feel like, okay, we're on the same page. I just feel like there's been a lot of not being on the same page, and these arguments of like, well, you know, like you're saying this and I'm saying that, you know, and it's kind of like, well, are we even on the same book? You know what I mean? Like, what story are you trying to create? You know what I mean? Like, what's the vision that you're trying to create? You know, because we need to figure out if this aligns. And I just kind of feel like you feeling like you haven't really been heard in it all. Well, how can you even know what I want to do if you're not even listening to me? You know what I mean? You're just telling me that I have to do this, and anytime I even try to like just drop in a, well, what do you think about this? You shut me down. You know what I mean? So obviously I don't have a voice. Obviously I don't count in all this. Like, obviously I'm not a part of this vision. You do your vision, I'll do mine. I mean, there's a lot of like irritation and aggression. But then I think, you know, like somehow something along the way kicks, and there's a solution at hand that involves an awareness of self. As well as I think an awareness of others and the direction that they're trying to go, that allows for you to reach a compromise. Cappies, my earth signs are just in some energy right now. I don't know. Sending you guys lots of love though. Temperance. Justice. Yeah, because it's like things are so out of balance. Like, there's such a lack of clear communication that, like, how are you supposed to know? And if you can't communicate with somebody, if it's just impossible, you know what I mean? Like, if they literally just like won't even, like, they will brush you off and push you out and make you other people's problems over and over and over again before they will even acknowledge you as a person. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship with this person or not. You know what I mean? Like, people get busy, people get you know, like, especially if you're entering into a relationship with somebody who's already had like a whole vision and a whole strategy planned out, and then they see you as somebody who will be a great part of that. But all they're seeing is how you benefit them, and they're not seeing anything else. You know what I mean? And so you kind of feel like, well, I don't know what I'm getting out of this. Like, where do I fit in this all? And I think that you've been forceful with this. I don't even want to say a demand, but a little bit of just like, listen, okay, cool. Like there comes a point in time where you have to say, okay, like if this isn't going to work, if you're not willing to work with me, if you're not willing to compromise with me, if you're not willing to take me into consideration in all of this, then obviously this isn't going to go anywhere. And it doesn't matter if it was some beautiful whirlwind beginning. It doesn't matter if it was like, it was great on paper, if it's shit in practice. You know what I mean? Like, none of that matters if in the end there's no compromise. If in the end I don't really matter as a person. I kind of feel like there's a point of separation before this change. Sometimes people don't realize what they have until they lose it, you know? Or they realize that they have something great and then they take advantage of it, you know, like, oh, it's mine, so now I don't have to take care of it. I don't know what world that works in, other than, you know, dumbass people who don't know how to maintain relationships. Cappies. All right, let's do one last card for y'all. We'll call it a read. The Siren, yeah, because I think that is something that you both want. You know, it is a desirable movement forwards. It's a vision that I think you both are, again, like I feel like in your last read, it was like two people trying to accomplish the same thing, but like just not being able to really get on the same page about it. I feel like that's playing itself out even still. You know, two people who want the same thing, but just aren't really able to agree on how to get there. You know, so again, I just want to emphasize the fact that I feel like the desire is there. You know, which might be why this feels so like back and forth and tumultuous, you know, because it's like you both want it. But if you can't work together, then, you know, then you have to work apart. And I feel like maybe this recognition of like, okay, well then part ways, you know, and you do you, boo, you know, and then realizing, you know, like that kind of being an epiphany for, okay, wait, these are all the reasons that you are important, and I'm sorry that I wasn't acknowledging that, and I'm sorry that I wasn't including you in this. Is kind of how that feels. I don't know, Cappies. I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.